everybody, here's my weekly check-in. Been a good week, been a bit of an off week, healing from a rolled ankle. But I'm working on it already as long as I've got the brace on. In fact, I'm even going to work tonight, so wasn't too bad of a roll. Lucky is giving me the look of, why are you talking to your device? So if I go like this, everyone can see her adorable face. Look at that face. That is the epitome of cuteness. One day, I want to look as cute as this. So, today, I was kind of reminded why, when you live this lifestyle, you have to watch your P's and Q's very, very closely. I was in the park today, having a bit of a nap before my shift starts, and it's normally a very quiet park where you hear children playing and people talking and the odd dog bark, and that's about it, right? Vehicles coming and going, doors opening and closing. All of a sudden I'm hearing rear, rear. I'm like, what the crap is going on out there? I look out, there are 3 cop cars floating around this tiny little parking lot can maybe hold 30 vehicles, maybe 40 max. Tiny little parking lot, 3 cop cars in it. I look up, so I'm having a nap, so I get dressed and look out in time to see the cops sending off one truck, who is now allowed to go, and hearing them stop and pull over another car. I can only guess that they were going around checking registration plates and checking to make sure that everyone's registration was up to par. And it really got me, and as I got out, they were watching me, so I kind of got up and I got Lucky ready and I hooked her onto her seatbelt and I slowly wandered around the van, get into my front driver's seat so it's very clear that I am slowly getting up and getting out and going to be leaving, just so they can stop me at any time. And they're kind of watching me, but they didn't pull me over, so I guess whatever was on my license plate was cleared. It reminds me of how much attention we draw because we are living outside of the norm. Cops tend to pay us extra attention because they don't know what's in the vehicle. You normally look at something or someone and go, oh yes, I know what kind of person they are, and therefore they live this kind of lifestyle. Upper middle class, white soccer mom. Redneck welder. Right? Like, you can pretty much look at them, know what they are, and guess what they live, how they live, and what they do. Van lifers, you can't. I got to meet 3 different people who were all vehicle livers, and they were all completely different. And in my tiny little window of experience, that's pretty wild. I ran into one gentleman who was in a Sprinter van, and he was doing the typical YouTube van lifer experience. So he decided that he was retired, he didn't have to work anymore, he was going to take his money, have a Sprinter van, and he was going to go travel and enjoy his retirement while he still had his health. Pretty typical. I ran into another gentleman. He was about my age, late 30s, and he was in a truck, sleeping in the front seat, because the back had all of his work gear and a bunch of stuff. turned out that this man, as soon as he turned 17 and could move out of his parents' house, he moved into a vehicle and hit the road. He has not worked for longer than 6 months in a stretch his entire life. 15 years he has lived in his truck or a van or whatever vehicle, traveling around, picking mushrooms, doing the hippie thing. Very, very different lifestyle. Man wasn't exactly a criminal, a lifetime criminal, but he wasn't exactly an upstanding citizen either. I ran into these two ladies from Germany, two young girls, early 20s, mid 20s. They were off exploring the world on a work visa, a 9-month work visa, and the two of them were sleeping out of the back of an SUV. They were a little concerned about winter, and I had to break the news to them that they had about under a month before the first snowfall, and that we can hit -40 here in Calgary in January and February. They were not exactly excited. I wish them the best. But my point of the story is they're very different. Like when a cop knocks on a van door, they have no idea of who's inside. It could be someone like me and Lucky, wearing my scrubs, I'm about to go in. I work casual because I work casual, my paycheck is all over the place. The van offers me security. You've got a retiree, you've got a guy who's happier in the mountains. Like, you never know who you're opening up the door to. And from the looks of some of their faces, I can tell that they've run into some pretty scary situations knocking on the side of a van. So make sure that your paperwork is in order. That when they read your license plate, it is registered, there are no warrants out for you, there's no tickets, no nothing. Like, make sure that all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed, because once you hit the road, they're kind of looking for a reason to pull you in and take you off the road. Not that they're doing it maliciously, but they're doing it to protect themselves, because I don't even want to know what they run into on a daily basis on the streets. So that's my thing for today. Make sure that your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed, your paperwork's all in order. Make sure your critter paperwork is all in order. And make sure you don't have stuff in your van. Ever since Canada became legal for pot, everybody's smoking up. Everybody I run into has pot. Don't put it in your van. Don't. Because if they open up the door and they smell it, this is a confined space. You're going to hotbox. I wouldn't. Don't carry alcohol unless it's sealed in the bottom of your cooler. And you're not pulling it out unless you know you're at a campsite where no one's going to ask you to move. Make sure that you do everything in your power to stay on the up and up and appear to be an upstanding citizen who just happens to be in a van. Otherwise, they are going to look at you with a microscope and pull out their fine-tooth comb. And that will just be stressful. So, if you do everything right, and you get that knock on the door, it's just a healthcare check and they're good to go. Make sure you have everything in a row. And, yeah, that's about all I can think of for this video. Please comment and tell me what you'd like to hear about. Next video, next weekend, I will be doing the spray foam thing. So we'll be hauling everything out of here, setting up the basic framing for being able to hang like cabinets and stuff. And then this sucker's going to be spray foamed. All of this will be coated. And unfortunately, because I don't know how to edit, and because I've been so focused on my career, I have not learned how to edit. And I'm not really inclined to learn right away. You all will just get to see the finished product. I will give you a quick tour of the van once it's done. But yeah, all of this will be coated in spray foam. Give me a nice shell. I haven't decided yet if I'm keeping windows or if I'm just going to have them coated over. We'll decide. Probably when I talk to the expert who has the spray foam nozzle and he looks at me and says, well, I can do this, or no, I can't do that. And then I go, okay. Yeah, that'll be it. And as for the woodwork, again, leaning on an expert. One of my good friends is a cabinet maker, a journeyman cabinet maker, journeyman welder, and a journeyman plate fitter. He's in charge of putting together my frame. Because I don't know what I'm doing, he does know what he's doing, and he has the tools. It's just beautiful. So, yeah, when he comes in and says, we're going to do this, I'm going to go, okay. So, yeah, you'll just get the final picture, because there are more than enough fan builds out there that you just a little search and you can find all the different van builds that you'd ever want to do by people who know how to edit. I don't know how to edit. I know how to sit in front of here and talk for about 10 to 15 minutes and then call it a day. So, yeah, that's my check-in. Still breathing. Still alive. The dog. It temporarily looks dead, but I swear to goodness it's alive. Psst, Lucky. See? It's alive. Breathing. Still doing good. And with that, y'all have a good day.